What's up guys, hope everyone's feeling good today. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to do frontside nose grinds on transition. So this is one of my favorite tricks to do. Anytime I do it, people think it's the coolest trick and that also that they'll never be able to do it. And I think I felt the same way too when I first saw it in the video. I was just like, how's that even possible? But after doing them for so many years, I found certain techniques that can make it easier for you to work your way up to it and then to get them consistently. Yeah, definitely one of the best feeling tricks on transition once you get them down. So excited to show you guys how to do it. Okay, so I understand a lot of you guys are at different levels, so I'm gonna start off right at the beginning. You should learn nose manuals before you even try this trick on transition. If you can't nose manual, you probably shouldn't be attempting this. And then I'd say, find a bank like this, like little banks, and practice doing a little no pop nollie into it, like one of those push off nollies, and just practice doing that and get that down and do that all the time and just feel really comfortable with that motion. And after that, work your way up to a little bit of a bigger bank and then a little bit bigger over here, steeper, and just keep doing it up, keep building your comfort. Okay, and the next thing you're gonna wanna practice is roll out nose manuals. So I used to love doing these when I was younger. So any skate park I went to, I would just be doing this. So you just, you come out, you nose manual, and you could loop around. Preferably you need a wider deck to do it, or maybe just a wide open skate park where you could just fly out, go straight, and just keep going. But doing this just gets that feeling down of shifting your weight to the nose, right? So you don't necessarily need to pop and do an ollie. You just kind of, in the beginning, you could start with 1 foot on the nose, kind of 1 foot on the tail, and just almost manual up into the nose manual. Just get that motion down first. Then you could work on approaching it the same way, but almost like an ollie, just a little quick movement. And that'll just help you work up, getting the feeling down of doing a nose manual on top. Then once you feel comfortable with that, start working your way closer and closer towards the coping, right? So you're going straight out this way, then next time go like this, then like this, and just start turning the angle closer and closer until you're right next to the coping. Okay, and the next step is learning how to grind it. So I actually just figured out this technique. I've been doing this trick probably for 15 years, maybe 20 years, and I only just figured this out this year because I hadn't done them in a while. So I was kind of a little shaky on it. And I started just nose manualing into it, just straight coming up in the nollie position and then practicing the nose grind. When I learned it, and then every time I've done it since, I always ollied into it. And my brain just I never wanted to do it that way, so I just completely skipped that part and disregarded it. But it's actually a really good way to just start practicing the feeling of the grind and getting into it. So once you're able to grind it, you might find yourself just starting to turn pretty quickly and then, leaning forward and jumping off the board. So something I learned with this trick that makes it 10 times easier, and usually something I see people not doing when they're attempting it, is you got to think about it like you're just going straight, for as long as you can. And I'm almost in a front crook, not really, but slightly angled, because I know my momentum is just gonna keep turning me as I grind naturally into the ramp. So if you just think about it like you're going straight, it actually grinds easier, gives you more time to feel set up, and then it starts to turn you into the ramp. Okay, and that brings us to the next point, which is actually popping in from this trick. So before you start trying, I would recommend just learning switch blunts. It's almost the same exact motion, right? When you're coming in from a nose grind, by the time you're coming to pop in, your wheels it's almost like a blunt stall, but your wheels just caught on there. And with the momentum of you moving, it feels nearly identical. And I'd say that's one of the biggest pieces to this puzzle, is if you feel comfortable doing a switch blunt, you should be able to land this trick and come in and be able to handle not slipping out. So something else I think about when I'm locking into this trick, I don't do a hugely popped ollie, an exaggerated one. I treat it more like a nose manual, coming out of the transition, where I'm just, pressing on the tail really quickly and then shifting to the nose. I've found when I do this big ollie, depending on the different transitions, it kind of throws me off. And then once you're at that point, you know, you're grinding it and you're about to pop in, there's not much more to be said. You just kind of got to get the feeling down and work it out yourself. Sometimes pushing it out in front of you when you're popping in, that can kind of help keep the board under you, because yeah, you're kind of scared of slipping out, so it's easy to jump ahead of it subconsciously. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it. Also, something recently I started doing was nose manualing in, right? So it's not the way I ideally wanted to do the trick, but to get the barrier like broken down and feel comfortable coming in, you don't have to pop as big, you know? I like the way that looks, but like just doing this quick little nudge and then nose manualing it in is actually a way to get it really consistent and then build up, you know, your comfort with doing the trick. So again, everyone has different ways of doing tricks and what feels comfortable for them. So just mess around with it. And yeah, I mean, it's, once you get it down, it's one of the most fun tricks on transition to do. So yeah, psyched for you guys to learn it. I hope this video was helpful. Leave a comment, let me know what we should learn next, and I'll see you in the next one.